Work all day and fuck all night! Take fucking action! Subscribe now! When you start a company, maybe it's just yourself. You're small. You don't need much process and systems because you barely survive. If that's the case, you have no time to worry about systems and process. Everything's about flexibility, do whatever it takes to make things happen. And that's damn right. When you are a small organization fighting in the big ocean of businesses, you have to be flexible and adaptable. You have to do whatever it takes to win businesses, to fulfill customer demand, and that's how you succeed as a very small entity, right? But as you grow, as you get traction, and you have to fulfill a lot of the customer demand, so you start hiring people, and that's when, things get harder, and oftentimes you hire fucktards, and that's where leadership comes in, and most people fail at this stage. Leadership is about making people do what you want them to do. And when people stop doing what you want them to do, you're not leading that company anymore. You're letting your employees lead you. That's when a lot of companies die, especially here in Vietnam. If you're an entrepreneur, you know what I mean, because you've been through it, right? If you haven't been through it, you're not a real entrepreneur, because every entrepreneur I know in Vietnam has gone through that process. Any entrepreneur in the world has gone through that process. You need a way to measure, track, and make sure they do what you do. So you need some kind of process and systems, right? And sometimes, employees can be total fucktards, right? So you have to give them steps. Step 1, you do this. Step 2, you do this. Step 3. And that forms the basis of process. Why do we have process? Because when you have process, it reduces the risk of people making mistakes. But when you have too much process, it also kills innovation and creativity. Okay, let's say you did all of that right. Things are looking good, but you want more. You want to grow your business. You want to dominate in your city, in your province, in your country. What do? You have to expand. You hire even more people. You have departments, you have subunits, you have teams, you have KPI, you have reward and punishment, you have bonuses, right? Now we're talking about a fully developed system and process for your company, right? And when you have a company of 200 people, you're not gonna know everybody. And that's why process and systems becomes even more important. You need to build up your organizational structure, and you're always balancing, right? Do I build even more process to make sure they don't make mistakes, or don't have so much process so that the employees can be creative and come up with new ideas in their work? Like, you're always struggling with these two, right? You're always conflicted. You have to judge. If your people are not as good, you have more rules. When your people are good, maybe you have less rules. But there'll always be some form of rules. I have talked to so many business owners here in Vietnam, and I've talked to so many salespeople here in Vietnam. I'm just so surprised that they don't have any form of system. Processes and systems are becoming increasingly more important as your company grows to 200, 300, 500 people. Final message here to business owners, to entrepreneurs: as your business grow, you have to look at CRMs, you have to look at systems and processes, you have to look at it more seriously, build policies, build rules inside your organization to avoid fucktards fucking up your business, to avoid people that are disloyal and fuck you in the ass, right? So those are important things as a business owner you must take care of.